Attorney Katrina Hofstetter is joining us today from Cornerstone Legal. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We've talked a lot with you about estates, trusts, powers of attorney, but let's talk about some other planning considerations for people to think about. As an estate planning attorney, how do you address Medicaid concerns?
Yeah, so one of the first things that I make sure people understand is when we're talking about estate planning and we're talking about living trusts, those are revocable living trusts, and they do not provide any type of protection if you have to go on Medicaid. They have protection. They can provide asset protection to avoid probate, which is a big goal that people have. Mm-hmm. And they can provide a lot of benefits for your beneficiaries. But if we're talking about Medicaid planning, it's a completely different realm. We're looking at irrevocable trusts.
It's so complicated and so confusing to us. You figure it out, right? That's your job, is to figure it out. We'll talk about some of the biggest concerns that people have when it comes to Medicaid.
Yeah. So one of the biggest concerns I hear is people will come to me and say, I have to sell it all, I have to use all my money. And that's not the case. Okay. It's just very, very confusing.
Yeah.
In Michigan, we just recently in February upped the asset threshold. So it used to be very well known, $2,000. And it's up to $9,660, which seems like very little.
Yeah.
But that's in addition to some exempt or excluded assets. You can always keep your home. You can keep your car. There are the valuation limits, but you can keep those things. And then you can also keep things like life insurance that doesn't have cash value and irrevocable funeral contracts. So those are the common things. And then if you're married, your spouse gets to keep things too. We want to make sure the spouse at home is taken care of and they're not left without income and assets. So there are protections for the spouse as well.
Okay, and that's why we come see you, because it's just this enormous beast that no one can really get their arms around unless you spend your career doing it. Right. Yeah. All right, well, talk about anything else that people should be aware of before they reach out to an attorney if they know that a family member is going to need to apply for Medicaid.
Yeah, I often will hear that people try to kind of do some stuff ahead of time before they go to an attorney, and there are some common mistakes that I see. So don't give things away. Don't sell things with little value. Make sure it's fair market value. Don't transfer assets. And then the biggest thing is don't assume you have to sell the home. Just wait. Make sure that you don't sell it if it's exempt.
Wow. All right. So again, there are so many things to consider, and people get the anecdotes and they pass along the stories, and the stories maybe gain different elements that aren't necessarily all true.
Yeah.
And that's why we go to you to sort it all out and do those details for us. Cornerstone Legal, PLLC.com. Thank you, Katrina.
Thank you.